God.
Whoa!
Oh,
Matt Hardy!
oh my God! Holy cow! Matt Hardy in AEW! And Matt Hardy backing up the Elite!
Matt Hardy has stopped the Inner Circle for tonight in its tracks. Matt Hardy in AEW, to the bewilderment of all watching.
And now the Elite head into Blood and Guts with a disadvantage, but they will not be outnumbered. It will be 5-on-5. Jericho looks like he saw a ghost.
You want to forget about a pandemic? You want to forget about an outbreak? That's exactly how you do it. This is what I call wrestling. This is how you put on a form of entertainment. This, my friends, is AEW Dynamite. Matt Hardy has arrived. Hello, everybody. My name is RJB, and you're listening to Episode 1 of PW Addiction. So what do you think of that t-shirt company now, Vince, huh? They completely just buried you. And to all you naysayers out there, to all you idiots that are still talking crap about AEW, saying how it's nothing more than a t-shirt company, they're not going to survive, they're not the major leagues, well, I got two words for you. You know exactly what they are. Man, what a hell of a show AEW put on for Dynamite last night, let me tell you. If you're sitting at home and you have AEW Dynamite on your DVR, please go back and watch it. AEW Dynamite, March 18, 2020, can probably go down in the history books as the best Dynamite to date. At least that's just my opinion. And I know what people are going to say. Oh, here's just another guy with a microphone and a computer who's kissing AEW's ass, who's on Tony Khan's dick. No, that's not it at all. I'm a wrestling fan, and I know when I see good entertainment when I see it. I know good wrestling when I see it. And by God, this episode of Dynamite, given the circumstances of what's going on in the world right now, kept my mind off of COVID-19 and the quarantine that's been going on for 2 hours. I completely forgot there was a virus going on right now. I really did. And I'm sure WWE personnel, WWE talent, and the old senile bastard himself, Vince McMahon, sat down and watched this last night and said, what the hell did AEW just do? I'll tell you what they did. They made you guys look like a bunch of friggin' amateurs, is what they did. From the opening minute at 8 o'clock when Dynamite came on the air, we got Cody Rhodes standing in the ring, blacked out arena, spotlight on him, talking about how he realized how small the world actually is and that we only play a small part in the world. Then you got Kenny Omega looking directly into the camera, telling us that despite everything that's going on, we still need to live our lives, we still need to go on, we still need a form of entertainment, and they're going to do their best to give us the best form of entertainment possible that they can give us. He said, let's turn on the lights, kick up the pyro, and start this show. And I'm sure Tony Khan, Cody, the Bucks, they were all sitting around and they were watching what McMahon and everybody over there was doing at the Performance Center with SmackDown and Raw. They looked at it and they says, okay, this is what they're doing. This is what we're going to do Wednesday night. You know, and put aside the fact that we got the debut of Matt Hardy and Brodie Lee tonight, they took their personnel, they took their talent roster, okay? They spread them out in the arena. We had MJF and Sean Spears taking bets on matches that MJF was even joking around with Tony Schiavone trying to get him in on the bets of the matches. You had Jake the Snake and his client Lance Archer sitting out there, Tully Blanchard, Dustin Rhodes. Brandy was even doing the in-ring announcements for people coming out because Justin Roberts wasn't there. I mean, it just overall was so much better of a show. They incorporated everybody. Joey Janela, if I haven't said his name already, Sonny Kiss, Christopher Daniels, they were all out there. Colt Cabana was even out there. Commentary even sounded great. It didn't have that whole, oh, the world is ending vibe, which is pretty much what WWE gave us at the Performance Center. You mean to tell me, with the roster that you have, the talent you have, the personnel that WWE has, you couldn't take a few people, put them out at ringside, give us some kind of an atmosphere, give us some kind of a feel. I mean, really, what WWE gave us was a joke. What did we get? We got a rerun of the Men's Royal Rumble match, the rerun of the Tag Team Elimination Chamber match. What else did we got? A couple of bullshit matches. We had Triple H playing around with Michael Cole on SmackDown at ringside, holding the camera, joking around with him like it was back in the old DX days when Michael Cole was just interviewing people when he was first starting out. What WWE gave us was an absolute joke compared to what AEW gave us last night on Dynamite. Everybody in some shape or form was involved in Dynamite last night. You had Jake Roberts cut another hell of a promo towards Cody, calling him Caesar and everything. Great promo, as only Jake Roberts can do. Again, MJF was out there placing bets on the matches with Shawn Spears. They were drinking wine, joking around. Colt Cabana made a comment towards the women's division, saying how AEW has a great women's division. And here's where I have to respectfully disagree. I will not say that the AEW women's division is great. Has it gotten better? Yes. Is it great? Absolutely not. That's the only thing I'm really going to say here on the downside with AEW right now. They do have to build up their women's division a little better than they have now. And then Kip Sabian came over to Colt Cabana and started mouthing off to him, and Colt Cabana said, get the hell out of here. And he slapped him. And when I say slapped him, I mean he slapped him. You heard it. You heard right in his face. Just everything about the show kept you entertained. It kept you engaged. Despite there being no fans and no crowd reaction, what they were giving you, you were vested in it, and you wanted to keep watching. And us as wrestling fans, that's all we want. Give us a little entertainment, keep us entertained, and that's it. Especially what we have going on in the world right now. Let me tell you, they did a hell of a job last night. They did a great job continuing to build their storylines towards Blood and Guts, which still doesn't actually have a date yet. It was supposed to be at the Prudential Center, which I actually had a ticket to, which I'm a little annoyed about, because now I'm not going to get to see Blood and Guts in person, but hey, what are you going to do? If you notice, they said on the next Dynamite, not next week on Dynamite, they emphasized on the next Dynamite, because nobody knows what's going on from day to day, what's happening with this COVID-19 quarantine thing. We take everything day by day right now. We got a great tag match, Lucha Brothers versus the Best Friends, Lucha Brothers taking the victory over the Best Friends. We had Sheeta defeat Penelope Ford, Rio, and Chris Statlander in a four-way match. We had the Jurassic Express, Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy defeat the Butcher and the Blade. And we had the Inner Circle, Santana and Ortiz, with Jake Hager defeating the Elite, Cody Rhodes, Matt Jackson, and Hangman Page. Now, I'm not going to go into those matches in detail, move for move, play by play, because I just think it's pointless. Like I said, if you guys have it on DVR, go back and watch it. Great show, great matches. You'll be very entertained. So, the first big debut last night on Dynamite, Brodie Lee. That's right, Brodie Lee, formerly known as Luke Harper, revealed himself to be the Exalted One for the Dark Order. Now, I do have a clip of his debut. Let's give it a listen, where he's talking to Christopher Daniels. He definitely sends a message to Vince McMahon.
Mr. Daniels, I assure you, you are not the first out-of-touch old man to not believe in me, but I will make damn sure you are the last. Now let me take this time to formally introduce myself to you, Chris. My name is Brodie Lee, and I am the Exalted One.
Now, I don't know if anybody caught that, but when he was talking to Christopher Daniels saying, you won't be the first old man that has not believed in me, but you damn sure will be the last, that's him telling Vince McMahon to go, you know what. Because the rumor has it is that the reason why Vince McMahon didn't do anything with Brodie Lee, a.k.a. Luke Harper, is that he couldn't cut a southern accent. That's ridiculous, because a man his size, the way he moves, with what he can bring to the ring, that's ridiculous. You know what? He's better off in AEW, just like Matt Hardy. Being out on their own will definitely better their career. I honestly thought it was going to be Matt Hardy to be revealed as the Exalted One, and I know I'm not the only one. The whole friggin' internet, anybody that talks about wrestling could swear that Matt Hardy was going to be the Exalted One with the way they were teasing it back and forth. But you know what? The route that they went with Brodie Lee, I honestly think it's going to work very well for the Dark Order. And I'm looking forward to seeing where they go with this storyline in the upcoming shows. Which now brings me to the end of the show. where we have the Inner Circle defeating the Elite, getting the advantage over the Elite, moving on into the Blood and Guts double ring cage match when and wherever this is going to take place. And just when you think the Elite are down and out, down the advantage, down an extra man, in comes flying Vanguard 1. And when I saw that, and I'm sure many of other fans saw Vanguard 1 flying in and landing in the middle of the ring, people knew that meant one thing and one thing only. I lost my goddamn mind when Matt Hardy was standing up in the rafters doing delete, 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 revealing himself to be the extra man moving forward into Blood and Guts. The only thing I wish that could have been for this show was an actual live crowd, because to see Matt Hardy up in those rafters doing the whole delete thing, the crowd would have lost their goddamn mind. You would have saw the whole crowd going along with the delete, delete, delete. I also would have loved to see the reaction that Brodie Lee got when he revealed himself as the Exalted One. But hey, listen, they put on a hell of a show. They entertained the hell out of us, given the situation of what's going on with COVID-19. I, as a wrestling fan, could not have asked for more. I hope the WWE was taking notes, because their shows are absolute shit. And I'm sorry to say that about them, because I am a WWE fan. I just would like to see their shows get better. It's a shame because they have a hell of a lot of talent over there at the WWE. The creative there is horrible. Well, that about does it for me here. I hope you liked my little review on AEW Dynamite. I'm going to start getting out of here, but before I do, remember, if you have AEW Dynamite from last night on DVR, go back and watch it. You'll be entertained. You'll forget about the coronavirus for at least 2 hours. This is RJB telling you be safe. See you later.